Hello, welcome to Statecraft IAS and Social Perspectives Sociology Newspaper Series. In this series, we shall discuss daily news articles in sociological perspective and revise relevant sociology related UPSC mains concepts with the help of newspaper on daily basis. In today's video, we have an article talking about orphans due to COVID-19. Now, we have seen various articles till date that many children in the country have become orphans due to loss of their parents or guardians due to COVID-19. Now, this COVID-19 has become something an external factor, unlike what Karl Marx said that under economic determinism, that economic transactions and economic relations determine social relations or social structure in the society. Unlike what Karl Marx has said, this COVID-19, which has something external to the economic system, has caused a social change, and due to that social change, social structure has been altered, and many children in the country have lost their parents and have become orphans. That means now they have no one to look after them, so they have become underprivileged, and that's why it has become state responsibility now to look after them. We have seen Supreme Court also pronouncing various judgments about center looking after orphans and migrant workers. Supreme Court also has said, and Delhi High Court also has said that it is state's responsibility to look after the orphaned children and migrant workers. Now, let us examine in our social perspective why it is a state responsibility to look after the orphaned children. It is a state responsibility because in Karl Marx perspective, if state has not looked after the orphan children or the underprivileged, it leads to exploitation because now these children have become have not class. They have nothing in their ownership. That's why the have not class will have to undergo exploitation by the have class in the society, and due to that exploitation it results in polarization, and that children who are class in itself may become class for itself tomorrow and may lead to social conflict. It is not sure that these children will definitely lead to social conflict, or this kind of situation will lead to social conflict, but there is a high chance or there is a fair chance in Karl Marx perspective. Whereas in Durkheim's perspective, this leads to, that means this underprivileged sections or this becoming orphans of children, with this will lead to inequalities in the society, and this is external inequality. That means which is not natural and which is not given by birth. This has become something external from birth. Hence, this is external inequality, and these external inequalities must be curbed at the earliest, because if not these external inequalities are curbed, it leads to frustration of the individuals with the society, because those children have lost their parents, they have nothing in their possession, they have no one to look after, and hence they may develop some kind of frustration with the society because society is not looking them after. With that frustration, it results in undermining solidarity in the society, because they can never develop any cohesion with the society with that frustration. And hence in their kind of perspective, if state is not looking after those underprivileged, it will undermine solidarity in the society. In Talcott Parsons' perspective, this is a social change, because Talcott Parsons talks about social change in the terms of flow of energy and information control. Information control is nothing but some kind of cultural values and morals that cultural system has, and energy is nothing but energy to do something, or energy to protest against something. Now, because this change in the energy and information control have taken place in the society, it led to social change, says Talcott Parsons. It is definitely social change, children losing their parents in disproportionate ratios. We have seen the other day the ratio, or the proportion is 8.5 times the usual times. That means if not COVID is there, if COVID is not there currently, uh, if one person or if one child has become orphan in this time, now because of COVID, 8.5 children are becoming orphans due to COVID. And hence it is definitely an abnormal social fact or pathological social fact. And It is a social change in Parsons' perspective also. Further, in Max Weber's perspective, if those underprivileged are not taken care by the society, it leads to dissatisfaction with his class and it leads to strikes or protest, etc. This may lead to, we cannot say that this will certainly lead to strikes or protests. This may lead to further because they are underprivileged and they may get frustrated. And that results in social unrest, according to Max Weber. Whereas R.K. Merton is concerned about state economy and deviance. Now, because a state has cultural goal to take everyone along the path of development and ensure inclusion in development. But if the state has not taken care of the underprivileged and has overly emphasized that goal, but not institutional mean, that means taking care of the underprivileged is an institutional mean. If state has put more emphasis on the cultural goal rather than institutional mean, it leads to state anomy, and that state anomy results in the deviance among the individuals, says R.K. Merton. That deviance may be conformist deviance or innovative deviance or reformist, retreatist, rebellion, any kind. He has given 5 kinds of deviances under his theory, and that deviance may be any kind. Hence, to stop that deviance and to stop the social change and to ensure solidarity in the society to avoid social conflict or social unrest, state intervention is required and state support is needed for those underprivileged sections. That's why this article talks about various state efforts to give helping hands to the orphans and ensure their progress. This article lists schemes of various state governments and also the central governments and mentions their progress. Now, the details of the article is not so required. Our sociological analysis is enough. This is another article related to the earlier article only. This article talks about a portal for orphaned children due to COVID-19. This article gives about the details of the portal and asks every individual if they know any orphaned child in their vicinity, they can report it to the portal. Now, according to the official estimates, there are 645 children who were orphaned by COVID 19 between April 1, 2021 and May 28, 2021. Further, in Talcott Parsons' functional prerequisites perspective, why that state support is needed and what state is trying to do with by supporting those orphan children is state or political system in general has some goals, and state always tries for that goal attainment. That means it determines the goals first. That means to ensure everyone is taken along the path of development, or in this particular case, to ensure every orphan child is taken care by the government. Now it motivates the members of the system to attain these goals. That means it motivates every politician or the bureaucracy in under its ministry. It motivates everyone. It mobilizes the members and their energies for the achievement of these goals. Now it gives orders or it gives directions to the bureaucrats to ensure that every child is taken care by the government. By doing all this, political system or state in general tries to attain its goals. Now what economic system is doing is, in economic perspective, these children have lost their means for livelihood, and they have no economy to sustain their lives. Hence the political system or the state here tries to intervene, and it tries for the it ensures the adaptation of the individuals. That means adaptation is nothing but generation and acquisition of resources from outside the system to affect its distribution in the system. State is also, we have seen, it is trying or dispersing 10 lakhs to the individual. It is ensuring every child who has lost their parents under Ayushman Bharat scheme. That means what all resources it has got, it is trying to realign those resources and trying to redistribute those resources according to the eligibility or according to the needs of the society. That this effort of the government is nothing but adaptation, which Talcott Parsons has talked about. This hence economic system always tries to adapt itself to the social changes. What cultural system does is it tries to integrate. Now cultural system here also, it is trying to integrate those orphan children into the mainstream society rather than alienating them. It maintains coherence, solidarity, and coordination by cultures and values. What social system does is it talks about latency. That means it tries to maintain the pattern of the social system. Whether any disturbance has caused to the social system, it tries to bounce back to the original position by managing that tension and maintaining that pattern. That means social system has some definite pattern and some definite structure. Hence it resists any change in the social system by maintaining that pattern and managing the tension within the system. This is performed by socialization processes of the members. Here also, we have seen many people are helping the orphan children. Many people are coming forward. They're giving out donations, etc. That means here society itself is trying to socialize these children. That means society is undergoing a process called latency, and it is trying to manage the tension which is meted out to the orphan children. Hence, social system is working here, cultural system is working itself, political system is trying to attain its goals, and economic system is trying to adapt to the situation by redistributing the resources it has got. That's what Talcott Parsons talks about in his functional prerequisites. Moving on to the next article, here we can see Kerala trans women's post-mortem is conducted. Now this is highly relevant in our sociological syllabus. This talks about trans women's or transgenders plight. Uh, Apparently in this article, a trans woman in Kerala has undergone some complications after the gender affirmative surgery, and due to those complications, reportedly due to those complications, that trans woman has gone into the distress and she has committed suicide. Now this explains the plight of those individuals or plight of the transgenders who are still vulnerable sections in our society and the issues they are going through. Apart from the social issues or apart from discrimination issues, there are some technological issues also. Despite having so much technology in our hand, despite being so much advanced in medical technology also, we are still facing such issues like after the gender affirmative surgery, uh, people are bound to have some complications. That means we are still lacking in that aspect, and hence that aspect also must be taken care. And because that has become one of the issues among one of the sections of our society. Transgenders cannot face those complications, and they will go into mental trauma because of those complications. Hence, as we have technology in hand, that technology must be used to ensure security to those transgenders. This particular example or this particular case study we can mention as an example in our answers under the issues faced by the transgenders in the society. This technology or medical issues is one of the issues apart from psychological or social or cultural issues. This adds another dimension to the issues in our answer. That's all we have for today. If you like the content, please like, share, and subscribe to Statecraft IAS. If you have any queries or criticisms or comments, please let me know in the comment section. Thank you for listening. Have a nice day.